Well, how's it going, guys? And welcome to not a coffee talk. I thought I'd go ahead and, since we've been filming so many videos out here, give you guys a little perspective on where these coffee talks are being filmed and sort of a new reintroductory to the whole Hopeful Homestead concept that we have going on out here. As I've mentioned in a lot of my videos, we have a 21-acre property here that we're calling the Hopeful Homestead, and this is the campsite that I have put in place, that I built myself, and the cabin, tiny cabin on wheels that I built myself last year, to be able to have something out here while we're going through the hoops that are ridiculous with trying to build a custom home in South Florida around wetlands with hurricane protections. Proving to be way more expensive and way more time consuming than we could have ever imagined. But we're getting close. We're really close with the bank to being able to get everything to start rolling here. And so I thought, hey, let's go ahead and show you guys a little bit around the campsite here. That is the home place where I'm filming all these coffee talks, and the future place where I'm going to be filming some gun reviews as well. And I apologize for the sound. I am recording just on my phone today. I was out here mowing and doing some brush hogging out here, and only got my phone, didn't bring my camera, and I have a little bit extra time, so I thought, hey, let me just record this quick video real quick. Show you guys exactly where we are when we're out here making all these coffee talks. All right, so here we are. This is the campsite. This is the tiny cabin on wheels that doesn't really, I called it the travel cabin, but only traveled with it once, and it proved to be way too tall and top heavy to be safe. I did take it down to the Florida Keys from here, which is a 5-hour drive, and I won't be doing that again. Let's just say that was a little harrowing. But we made it back, and I parked it out here, and it has sat here ever since. And I went ahead and put this campsite in, and I actually brought in some garden tarp underlayment to put on the ground, and then put all this gravel here on top of it to help mitigate any plants growing through it. And I put some lumber around it to retain the gravel, and I didn't put lumber on this side because I wanted it to be easily traversable over to the cabin right here. We've had quite a few fun family gatherings here, and it's been a really fun blast being able to have a place to call home out here while we're waiting to get everything built. And as you can see, I put some cool furniture out here. These are cedar log chairs and side tables that are really comfortable. I painted them with cabin plank brown paint that is actually the exact color of the wood tones with the National Park System. So I thought that was pretty cool. Got this little porch swing thing, suspended swing from Tractor Supply for only 150 bucks. And it's been awesome to have out here. Put in these custom made lamp posts that are concreted in the ground and allow me to hang. I originally had some oil lanterns here that I was burning citronella oil on to help keep bugs away, but those things kept being invaded by frogs, and then the frogs would be stuck in there, and if I tried to light them, the frogs would fry inside of them. So that wasn't exactly sightly for my little girls when they would come out here. Now it's just solar powered lights. They still look kind of cool. And of course, the main event out here is a fire pit. This is a large fire pit ring from Tractor Supply, and I got a little campfire grill set up right here as well that we percolate coffee on here. I can hang a pot of soup from this and cook soup over the fire when it's cold out, and got tongs and fire pokers and everything to be able to handle the fire. It's a great setup. Really enjoyed having that out here. Of course, got a picnic table that came from Lowe's. This was also like 150 bucks. A lot of this stuff was surprisingly cheap to be able to put out here. Speaking of surprisingly cheap and simple, look at this firewood holder that I found a design for online that is literally just 2 cinder blocks side by side with 4 2x4s inserted in, and then you stack the wood in between. How ingenious is that? And it's, I mean, a firewood holder that's that big would cost hundreds of dollars on Amazon to just buy. Got a few farm tools that I've been using out here to do different things. I got a jack to be able to lift up my brush hog that's over there, DR Power 44T, I think it's called. That thing has been an absolute beast. It is not without its faults, but it's been pretty good for being able to actually mow the crazy grass that grows here. This side by side we got from Tractor Supply as well, and it is a Bighorn. Don't remember the name of it. It was like $8,000, and it's been great, but the battery died, and I haven't taken the time to take the battery out and get it running again. It hasn't run in about 2 months, as you can see from the overgrown grass under it, but I'll get that working soon, hopefully maybe in a video, and start taking you guys out around the property on it, because this thing can get in and out of the wetlands and everything around here a lot easier than my Bronco, just sheerly because of its size. But the Bronco does a great job at navigating the property as well. It is an absolute beast. And I've got a playground here that I set up so my little girls can have fun when we come out to the cabin and as a family have fun out here. They've got something to be able to have fun with and play while we're out here. Here is my pride and joy, my Kentucky 4-board fence. As you can see, it just goes for literally forever. It is a massive, massive fence that I'm very proud of. This thing took over a year to build, and it has been doing its job, keeping the cattle off the property. There are several cows that were actually roaming around over here today, but they've wandered off. This is a 40-acre lot next to us that has cattle roaming it. Another 20-acre lot on the other side of us that has cattle roaming it. And I put this 4-board fence in to keep, you can see it's over there as well, to keep all the cattle off of our property. Because as I told you in multiple videos now, I was having some issues with them being a little aggressive with me. And right here, you can see I've got just a few shooting targets to have right here by the cabin. Little shooting table over there that I can set up, and this is where I'll be doing a few of my gun reviews right here. Just a few targets to be able to test out guns and just a way to plink and have fun. As I've seen in my cabin, I've got a bunch of 22 plinkers in there that are a lot of fun, and this is where I just plink around. I do have a full-fledged shooting berm this is what I've mentioned before, that's like 10 feet tall by 50 feet wide. It's covered in weeds right now, but you can see my stands that I built for targets. I've got some hanging bottle targets and a bunch of other knockdown targets and stuff that are over there. We do some explosive targets and stuff over there. It's a lot of fun. That is completely overgrown and needs to be completely worked on, so that'll be hopefully ready to be used in future videos soon. But for now, I cleaned up the campsite today and I was proud of it. Mowed everything, got it all looking nice, and I wanted to show you guys what it looks like. And here is the cabin that we film all the coffee talks in with my super redneck air conditioning setup that works. It is a Frigidaire air conditioner on a super redneck, totally not permitted or certified method of mounting it. This is like iteration 15 of air conditioning that I tried to be able to work out here. I've tried air conditioners that are camping air conditioners that are mounted inside of the cabin and vent out the window. I've tried all kinds of stuff. Originally, there was an air conditioner mounted in the wall here that was only a 5,000 BTU unit. That didn't work. It wasn't strong enough. This is an 8,000 BTU unit that actually does work. I built this little footstool here with some grippy padding on it because the jump to get up into the cabin is probably about 2.5, 3 feet, which is a lot for some people. And I built this cabin to have a little bit of an overhang for a front porch so that, keeps moisture and everything from getting all over the door. I really need to clean this door. It looks pretty disgusting right now. But let's go in the cabin where you guys are very familiar with. As you can see, this is where we film the coffee talks. Its door shuts, got nice natural light coming in here. Got all my 22 plinkers up here, and here is the famous hat that everybody thinks I am wearing backwards. As you can see, it is a symmetrical hat that I wear. This is the front, this is the back. I wear it properly. But when you're up close to it, it gets a weird shape, see? Because of the ultra wide lens. So everybody can calm down. I'm not wearing my hat backwards. But I've got some ceiling fans mounted in here. I've got a TV mounted in here, lights, more fans, all kinds of things I could need for in a kitchen setup that I can make coffee, cook meals out here when I'm camping with my daughters. See, here's my super redneck setup. I just open the window, plug it into the power cord that's over here, which attaches to my power station down here, my Blue Eddy power station. Powers it wonderfully and pumps cold air in here, and it does a good job. And then I can shut it and seal it up when I'm not here so I don't have to worry about any bugs getting through. And as you can see, it's pretty over decorated in here. I've got a lot of dumb little tin signs and stuff in here because I wanted this to feel cool for my daughters. I wanted it to feel themed and fun so that they've had a fun place to come to when we went camping that is a little bit overdone, on cabin time, our happy place, happy campers, all the kind of cheesy stuff. This is actually a thermometer that is pretty funny in the summer. The mercury just goes completely off the top of this and it's hotter than 120 degrees. And had this custom national park sign made that is travel cabin, Hopeful Homestead. And as you can see, I modeled the coloring off of the brown and green that you find with the national park system. And coming over here, I've got a little electric fire for ambiance. Got all my coffee supplies. Got a hatchet for firewood, big old knife, various size coffee percolators and kettle, butane stove, everything I could need in here. Lowe's bucket for a toilet with a toilet seat mounted onto it. That thing's hilarious. And as I mentioned before, that's my Blue Eddy power station. It powers the whole thing in here and gives me electricity for these lights and the TV and everything that I run power from. I do have a port right there that actually plugs in through the outside so that I can plug in a gas generator outside of the cabin to power that plug and run power in to charge the Blue Eddy power station while I'm in here. And that system has worked pretty flawlessly and worked really well. But we're approaching the season where I don't have to worry about turning the air conditioning on as much because it's really nice and cool. I can just open these windows and sit in here and turn the fans on, and it's beautiful. But all right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Just wanted to give you a quick little tour of the cabin and a tour of the campsite here that I film all my videos at. And for now is all that's out here on the Hopeful Homestead. It's the starting point, and I'm proud of it. Built all of this myself. All from the fence to the campsite to this cabin, all from scratch, designed it completely, came up with it, thought it up, and just, you know, put it into action and built it. And I'm really proud of all of it. And my girls love it. My 2 girls love it. I can't wait until we actually have our real farmhouse here built and our barn. We got a 6-stall barn with an upstairs loft, monitor style barn that we're going to be building. We're going to be having a huge 3-car garage that's 12-foot ceilings, that's detached, a guest house, big giant pool. We're doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and I will talk about that more in future videos, but all of that's hopefully going to be on the cusp of starting soon here, and I can't wait to be able to share all that with you as we embark on the journey to actually build all of it. So fingers crossed, saying prayers that it actually comes through, because we're approaching 3 years now since we bought this land and sacrificed the home that we love so much to make this dream happen. And we've had a lot of hurdles, and I'll break that down in a future video to show you guys exactly what has gone into trying to make Hopeful Homestead a reality. But for now, this is what it is. Tiny cabin on wheels and a little campsite parked in the middle of a gigantic 21-acre property that bumps up to a 22,000-acre wildlife preserve. And I think I heard earlier a wild hog somewhere in the wetland over there potentially getting attacked by an alligator because it was squealing like it was being attacked, and then I heard it like whimpering and eventually stopped. So who knows what that was, but I hear things like that all the time out here, and thus why I'm always carrying firearms when I'm out here doing any work or just enjoying myself. But all right, I'm rambling. I will see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching this little tour, and I'll just see you on Monday with the next coffee talk. Later.